Hi there.
So the last guest finally arrives. I'll tell you what I told all the others. You go in, I lock the door. You don't come out until it's over. Now I'll tell you what I didn't tell everyone else. We have the same mother, you and I. And she wants you to have this. It's the key to the house. I guess someone else has already told you the other details. Kill all the guests, then leave, right? Well, you'd better get in there. Time to mingle. Go, socialize. Talk to those fine people, and then plunge your knife into their throats when they ain't looking.
The sixth guest has finally arrived. Well, it's about time. Do you know how long we've been waiting? It seems like an age. Whoever invited us here must at least know us, don't you think? In any event, we're all stuck here together, so we might as well get acquainted. The rest of us have already traded introductions. I'm Matilda Petite. The others are Nels the Naughty, Neville, Devisi Dran, and Primo Antonius. Now who might you be? Please, tell us a little bit about yourself. Oh, you poor dear. Well, this does make things difficult for me. I want to find the gold as much as anyone, but you need it so much more than I do. The little dark elf. She seems a nice enough girl. But to be perfectly honest, I've never trusted their kind. Tell me more. How nice. Oh, that's great. That's really too much. That's cute. You think I'm afraid of you. Where did you get that? You're too kind. Personally, I think she's a little floozy. She's been eyeing young Primo Antonius, probably smells his wealth. That's right, it's a Breton name. I'll have you know the Petites are one of High Rock's oldest and most respected noble families. Oh, that man disgusts me. I find his entire manner offensive. Why, just before you got here, he told me the most off-color joke about an Argonian maid. Well, if I can be perfectly honest with you, I find Neville quite attractive. Red Guards are so exotic, don't you think? It's obvious that young Primo comes from wealth. A chest full of gold would be mere spending change for him. I have a good idea.
Here we are.
So, you finally showed up. It's about time. People of my station are not accustomed to waiting. Please, go on. Can I be honest with you, my friend? I find Devisi captivating. She possesses a beauty beyond compare. Maybe you could do me a favor. If you speak with her, put in a good word for me, would you? I would be forever in your debt. Apparently, the poor old woman thinks she's from a well-to-do family. Truth is, I have servants with more nobility in their blood than her. Nels is a drunk. He doesn't even try to hide that fact. But what else is he? When the liquor is dried, what remains of the man? I think Nels drinks to forget, maybe about some tragedy in his life. He plays the buffoon, but I sense a deep sadness in him. I know he's a retired Imperial Legion officer. Apparently, he's been in campaigns all across the Empire, from Skyrim to Morrowind. I also get the sense that he's very eager to find the gold. I can't imagine his life of servitude to the Empire left him with much to retire on. It's a regal name from a rather regal family. Indeed, my father owns more property than the East Empire Company. I have a good idea where that chest is.
Hello, I'm Dovesi. I'm very pleased to meet you. Now that you're here, we can really start looking for that chest of gold. What I mean to say is, before you arrived, we all just sort of glanced around a bit. Now that we're all officially here, we can look in earnest. Not much to tell about me, really. I'm from Morrowind originally, but my family moved to Valenwood a few years ago. Tell me more. Honestly, I don't think she likes me. It's because I'm a Dunmer. I heard her say something to Neville, and it wasn't very nice. Every now and then he looks over at me and smiles. I think he's sweet on me. If Nels finds the gold, maybe he'll want some company. I know he's a retired soldier. But not just a soldier. He was an officer in the Imperial Legion. I hate the Legion and everything it stands for. When those soldiers came to Morrowind, they persecuted my people and stole our lands. Neville may not be in the Legion anymore, but who knows what atrocities he committed. It's pretty obvious that Primo comes from a wealthy family. He would never be interested in a girl like me, I'm afraid. He did? Oh my goodness, what should I do? Should I talk to him? Or maybe play hard to get? Or should I, or would that be too forward? Oh, you think so? I mean, it is rather forward, but I like it. All right, then. I'll wait for him in his room upstairs. Oh, thank you, thank you! I have a good idea where that chest might be.
So, are you ready to search for the chest of gold? I'm confident I'll find it. Not that I need the money, of course. My family is quite wealthy. Can I be honest with you, my friend? I find Dovesi captivating. She possesses a beauty beyond compare. Maybe you could do me a favor. If you speak with her, put in a good word for me, would you? I would be forever in your debt. All right, then. I guess I'd better start looking.
Open a
that
tavern.
gold's not going to find
Not that
itself.
I welcome your patronage. No pigs allowed inside, you see. You Legion types tend to stink up a place.
A tavern? Oh, I should have known. Leave it to a barbarian to spend an...
You can call me
So
a
here we all are.
barbarian. It's
So
true. Well, hello there. Nels is my name. Some call me naughty, but don't you believe it. Let me confide something in you, my friend. Dovesi is the spitting image of my own daughter. Her skin is darker, of course, but that sweet face. My daughter was killed, you see, a few years back by bandits. I'm sorry. Please forgive a father's heavy heart. You should have seen the old biddy trying to talk to young Primo Antonius. She may be a noble, but he looked down on her like a scullery maid. Ah, don't let the name fool you. I had a bit too much mead a few years back, and there was this tavern wench. Anyway, just call me Nels. I will confide something in you, my friend. I despise Neville and all his Imperial Legion ilk. They are useless, uncaring tools of corruption. 3 years ago, my village in Skyrim was attacked by bandits. We went to the nearby Imperial Legion outpost, but they refused to help us. My dear, sweet daughter Olga was killed that day. She was murdered, and the Legion would do nothing to help her. Neville and his kind are scum. Primo is young and rich. I can sense a good, decent person in there somewhere. He just has to get his priorities straight. I have a good idea where that chest might be. That gold...
Ah, yes, the 6th guest. I'm Neville. It's nice to make your acquaintance. Oh, yes, Dovizzy Dran. She's a dark elf originally from Morrowind, or so I hear. I get the sense she doesn't like me very much. Mathilde seems like an upstanding citizen of the Empire. She respects the law and recognizes the Legion as Tamriel's greatest defense against evil. Go ahead. Oh, that's not now. What a great... Can't do better than that. Dovizzy is a dark elf. They call themselves Dunmer. When I was young, I spent some time stationed on Fort Moonmoth, on their homeland of Morrowind. I have great respect for the Dunmer people. They are strong and noble and generally understand the importance of law and discipline. Unfortunately, Dovizzy doesn't seem to like me very much, but I don't blame her. The young ones tend to have problems with authority figures. If I may be honest, I feel a bit sorry for the old woman. She comes from a noble family, I'm sure, but seems a lot less well off than she should be. Know what I think? I think that barbarian will do anything to get his hands on the chest of gold. Is kinda greedy and vicious. All of them. Trust me, I know. I was stationed at Fort Frostmoth for a few years on the Isle of Solstheim. Those Nords are a bunch of animal-worshipping savages. They're all the same, full of meat and something to prove. We lost a lot of good men up there. A lot of good men. I'm a Redguard, though I've never actually been to Hammerfell. I was born here in Cyrodiil. My family has been in the Legion for 3 generations. I'll confess that I have no idea why Primo is here. The kid's got more wealth than the rest of us combined. He sure doesn't need a chest of gold. Maybe he's incredibly greedy, but I don't think so. My guess is that Primo is so bored he simply has nothing better to do. I have a good idea where that chest might be. That gold is as good as mine.
I can't quite decide where I should look. I don't want to break anything, but the chest of gold could be hidden anywhere.
Have you heard? Someone's been... Please, sweetie, stay close to me. The killer might strike again, whoever he or she is. Neville has a strong sense of justice, I can tell. If we find out who the killer is, he'll take care of things, if you know what I mean. One less dark elf in the world. And now there's one less person to find the gold as well. It's a good day, don't you think? I worry about the boy. What if the killer is after money? Primo is quite wealthy. He could be the next victim. You think Nels might be the killer? Well, he plays the buffoon, but it could all be an act. He is an Ord, and they're such a savage, uncivilized people. You'd be smart to stay with the rest of the group. It's just not safe to go wandering off alone with a killer on the loose.
Is that why someone invited us here? I'm beginning to get a bad feeling about all of this. I'd leave right now if I could. Well, the money means nothing to me. I just thought it would be fun. Who among us is vile enough to take the life of such a beautiful, precious creature? If I find out who did this, they will pay with their life! Now that someone's been killed, Matilda may be a little frightened for her own safety, but she's still more concerned with finding the hidden gold. Matilda claims to be from one of the High Rock's most distinguished noble families, but I have a feeling their fortune has long been squandered. Before the body turned up, I got the sense that Nels was a bit of a drunkard, but he seems truly unnerved now and is drinking rather excessively. Neville seems different now that someone has been killed, more alert, more aware. Something tells me he's not going to take all of this lying down. He's a trained soldier after all. I bet if anyone can figure out what's going on here, it will be him. Wonderful. People are dropping dead and I'm trapped here looking for gold I don't even need. I'll be happy just to find the key and get out of here.
Have you heard, my friend? One of our fellow guests has been murdered. This bodes ill for our stay and our search for the gold. No. When I looked into Devisi's face, it was like peering at my own daughter. I feel like I've lost her all over again. It seems she's upset about the murder, but there's something else. It's almost like she's glad there's less competition for the gold. Greedy old bat. I really have to wonder where Neville was when someone was getting slaughtered just a few rooms away. Maybe he was busy looking for the chest of gold, or maybe he was right next to the victim with his hand on the hilt of a dagger. Think about it. Whoever the killer is would have to be strong and quick. Now, I'm not saying Primo is our murderer, but you have to admit it's at least possible. You'd be smart to stay with the rest of the group. It's just not safe to go wandering off alone with a killer on the loose. I haven't seen death like this in a long time. It's a bit more than my nerves can handle, I'm afraid. I plan to gather up every drop of drink in this house and keep it to myself. If things get any worse around here, I find comfort there, you see. I'll be honest, friend. I don't know what to think about Matilda. Yeah, she seems frightened. But she's also still alive. Why wasn't she killed? She may look old and weak, but that's never stopped a murderer before, has it? Don't doubt for a second that she couldn't be the killer. Primo being here made no sense. Whoever our host is, why would he invite someone who didn't even need the money? It's as if we were invited for another reason altogether. Think about it. We're trapped in this house with no way out, and now people start dying. I think poor Primo was tricked, just like the rest of us. If we're not careful, we'll end up dead, too. You mark my words. With two of us now dead, it seems like the others are looking for Neville for protection. The fools. He'll kill them like he did the others. That's right. I think Neville is the murderer. I can't prove it yet, but he'll slip up, just you wait. Whatever you do, don't turn your back on him. Don't go far. It's too dangerous to go.
I've been trying to figure out who our host might be. With 2 people dead, it almost seems like he set this party up just to kill us all. 2 people dead, yet Nell still lives. I don't think that's a coincidence. Nords are savages born to kill. I just know he did it. Do you think he could have done it? I mean, he's a retired soldier. He's killed before. Oh dear, this can't be happening. I just can't believe he's dead. He was like a young, beautiful prince. I hope whoever did this can live with themselves. Stay safe, if that's even possible.
We're being stalked like animals in the forest. I'm still not sure if the killer is one of the other guests or is hiding somewhere in the house. One thing I do know is that the killer won't just stop with 2. They never do. You and I, we need to watch each other's backs. I've got my old Legion armor and sword in a chest upstairs. It's time I geared up and showed this coward just who he's dealing with. There's a killer in here, and Mathilde needs protection. Who better to defend her but me? I'm keeping my eye on the old woman, don't you worry. I was in the Legion for a great many years, my friend. I saw a lot of horrible things, including the murders of children. It made no sense then, it makes no sense now. But don't you worry. I vowed to bring Divisi's killer to justice. Primo was a young man, strong and full of life. Surely he would have been able to defend himself against an attacker. That mead-swilling barbarian killed those 2 people. I'm sure of it. I don't have the proof just yet, but I'm watching him. Don't you worry, my friend. Nels won't get away with this, not on my watch. Don't go far. It's too dangerous to go wandering around this house. It's not safe to be alone. I certainly don't want to be the 3rd victim.
Two of us have been murdered. One of us is a killer. But who?
So many people dead. I just don't know who to...
This house is a death trap. My friend, please stay safe. 3 of us have been murdered. Besides you and me, there's only 1 guest left, if you know what I'm saying. I've seen death like this before. Many years ago, my daughter was murdered by bandits who came to our village. I'm sorry. I need a drink. That sniveling Legion dog must die. Do you understand me? He's the murderer. He killed all those people. He must pay for what he's done.
Well, that's it, my friend. We're the last. And that damned assassin is still hiding out in this house somewhere. I guess there's only one thing left for me to do. I'm gonna find an axe and do my best to chop that damn door down and get us out of here. One less Nord in the world is something I'd normally cheer about. But the fact that he was murdered by a fellow guest does put a damper on things. So I guess this is it then.
You dare come here to the shrine of our Lord? You are not one of us. You're not one of Malakoth's favorite people. He likes orcs. Too bad for you. So you approach his shrine at your own risk. Then go on and do your approaching. But Malakoth wants a present. He likes troll fat. And he likes only troll fat. We watch and wait.
Brought a present. That's smart. You want something? And if you're smart, you do what I tell you. Lord Drad took my ogres. Says he owns them. Lying maggot! They're my ogres! Lord Drad put my little brothers in chains. Working in the mines. I don't like that. Get over to Lord Drad's estate. Let my ogres loose and get them out. Okay. Get going.
You're not supposed to be in here.
I welcome you to my humble home, stranger. What brings you to this place? Can you think of a better use for the mindless beasts? Under my eye, they do some good in this world. I don't believe I asked for your opinion on this matter. I am done speaking with you. Please leave my estate.
I'm afraid you've upset my husband. Please, leave before he loses his temper. I beg you. I can't tell you about that. Please, just go. I'm listening. How I appreciate the gesture. He works them in Bleak Mine. It's terrible. The guards beat the creatures mercilessly. That's all I can tell you. Now please go. You too.
How are you? Fantastic. Thanks, Chris. Great. Everyone wants to know what... Hello. How are you today? Fantastic. Thanks for asking. Great. Take care. Good to see you. You're living on borrowed time, thief! Good to see you. Everyone wants to know what really happened in the temple. I fought mud crabs more fearsome than you! Am I supposed to be impressed? Please, I've got to get to work. If I don't, who knows what those ogres will do to me?
Now my poor husband is the slave, and the ogres are his masters. They haven't harmed us. But he's never worked so hard in his life.
Good job. No one owns ogres but me! And I fixed that maggot. The ogres own drag. Make drag eat death. Now you get a present. Keep up the good work, and be nice to my little brothers.